It's okay. We saw him. He spoke to the media and all that. Now, yesterday, a video popped up online and then triggered massive reactions again. Now, the truth is that no matter how there are certain kind of ailments you cannot hide. Eventually, people will start seeing the signs of those things on your body. And then a lot of people are beginning to say, okay, he's not as radical as he used to be before. He has drawn back and all that. And maybe the signs are true. But this video triggered a lot of reactions. Nigerians started saying, oh, this is finally the confirmation to this. I'm going to be showing you that and we're going to be discussing about it. But before I do that, let me quickly tell you that I made a video yesterday where I said that Abute is trying to mess up with Nanadi Usman and her team, the caretaker committee for Labour Party. And the truth is that they are actually shouting, they went to go and mislead people and confuse people with the judgment. That no, the judge did not actually remove Abute from that position. What he did was just, he said it's an internal party stuff, so they should go and resolve their internal party. So Abute still remains the chairman and all that, trying to paint a narrative that is false. And then from information reaching us that they are trying to manipulate those judges with some of the APC stronghold to make sure that the CTCs, that's the certified true copies, are tampered with so that it doesn't confirm that Abute is out. But thank God there is an audio that takes the whole judgment was brought out in an audio form, and then it has cleared the ground. So no matter how they try to tamper with the CTC, the judgment is already out there. Let me allow you to listen, and when I come back we'll continue.
Judgment. A panel of 5 that consisted of Manana brothers John Ian Okoro JSC, Heli Moro KG Ogunbidu JSC, Tijani Abubakar JSC, Haruna Simon Samani JSC, and Mohammed Baba Idris JSC sat and had their appeal. The lead judgment was written by Manana brother John Ian Okoro JSC, and I read this judgment on his behalf. The appeal is against the judgment of the Court of Appeal, Abuja holding at Abuja, in appeal number CA-ABJ-CV 2017-2024, delivered on the 17th day of January 2025 against the judgment of the Federal High Court in suit number FHC ABJCS 1271-2024, commenced by the first respondent at the trial court, wherein the suit at the trial court was struck out for want of jurisdiction. The facts that led to the appeal has been captured in the body of the judgment. Having reviewed the arguments of counsel, the court unanimously agreed as follows. The court held inter alia that the court below, having found that the first respondent's main relief was relief number 5, which was predicated on the leadership of the first respondent and thus not justiciable, strayed beyond the jurisdiction into the realm where even angels dread to tread, to pronounce Barrister Julius Abute as the national chairman of the first respondent. Their lordships of the lower court were wrong to so do. The principles of law applicable here is as expressed in the Latin maxim that no one puts something on nothing and expects it to stand. The first respondent suit at the trial court had no legs to stand in the circumstances and deserves to be struck out. Permit us at this point to reiterate the tried position of the law that if a court of law is bereft of jurisdiction to attain the main relief in an action, it do not have the jurisdiction to attain the ancillary claim, and moreover, if the ancillary claim will inevitably involve a discussion of the main claim, as in this case, Situkur and Government of Gongola State. The 3 issues submitted for determination are hereby jointly resolved in favor of the appellants. In summary, both the trial court and the court below had no jurisdiction to entertain the suit of this first respondent, which main relief, as they both rightly observed, was inserted as relief number 5 as though it was an appendage. Consequent upon the foregoing, the decisions of both the trial court and the court below, recognizing Barrister Julius Abute as the national chairman of the first respondent, are hereby set aside. And suit number FHC ABJCS 1271-2004 is hereby struck out for want of jurisdiction. In the same vein, the first respondent's cross appeal in appeal number SC CV 56A 2025, being an offshoot of the same judgment of the court below, is hereby dismissed. Before I'm done, may I admonish political parties and their members to endeavor to always allow their constitutions, rules, regulations, and guidelines to guide them in choosing their officers as well as candidates. That way, incessant internal rifts which always find their way to court will be reduced. If the constitution of a political party has prescribed duration for tenure of office of an officer, such officer should be humble enough to leave at the expiration of the tenure. In the final analysis, we found the appeal to be meritorious. The appeal is allowed. Parties shall bear their respective course. As the appeal allowed. That was the unanimous judgment of the court.
My noble Lord, we are very grateful for this judgment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now you've seen it, right? So no matter the level of manipulation and all that, the judgment is already out there. Everybody have had a good amount of people, and I put it here so that if you have not had the judgment, this is actually the judgment, so that nobody can confuse or convince anybody that the judge did not actually clear the doubt that Abute is not supposed to be there. It is clearly stated that your tenure has passed, and automatically you are not supposed to be the one there. So all these shenanigans, all this fight, all this tussle for power, all this power drunkenness, all this greed, all this self, self, what will I call it now, ambition and all that should not be at play. If you have a man that is really, really conscious about a change and making life of people better, he will step aside, let the caretaker committee take over, and then let them organize a proper congress. Now you can actually put your name as one of the people that want to actually contest again, and then you contest. If you have in a fair contest, if you win, nobody will tell you not to come back again. You will come back and continue. So it's very simple. Let the caretaker committee take charge, organize a congress, and then elections will happen, voting will happen, and if your name is there and you win, nobody will come and drag with you. This thing is as simple as ABC. But because of the fact that he knows clearly that everybody's tired of him, and automatically he's not going to win. If his name mistakenly comes out there, he's now doing everything in his power to stay in the position so that he can actually manipulate whatever they want to do to his favor. And then you ask, what is the drive? Nothing but self-ambition, ambition-driven, the test for power, and all that. The fact that you want to still retain that position so that you can keep creating mayhem, keep running the tracks of your paymasters and all that. Because yesterday I made it very clear. I say, if anybody tells me he's a mole, I totally believe that person. It's clear his activities after that showing. Because if you were a statesman and you really wanted the party to progress, what you do is now, after the Supreme Court judgment, you say, okay, look, I am stepping aside, and I'm actually going to put my name now for those that are going to contest. So once they organize the Congress and then the voting goes on, I will want to recontest. If I win, I come back. Simple. But no. He's having the backing of the APC to go and do some mess-ups. Now, let me quickly rest this matter. Thank God it is out there. Let me dive you into the Wike story, and when I come back, we'll wrap this up. Now, take a very good look at his movement. Take a very good look at his leg.